Good morning, traders. We're in a fast market right now as we're getting economic data to shake things up, and down she goes the SPY, now down to 533.62. So a lot of stocks getting hit off of this. Let's take a look at the action and what's going on here, right? That's the important part. We need to see what the data is telling us here. Of course, we can take a look at the stock chart itself, but it isn't looking good out there right now in the market. Let's go ahead. Let's talk a little bit about these numbers that just came in and see what we got here on these numbers. So, of course, we got the S&P falling here after getting unemployment data to jump to 7.8% for July, prior being 7.4. Of course, a lot of people were waiting for the non-farm payroll number here. It came in at 114,000 versus a 176,000 estimate. The unemployment rate for July at 4.3 versus a 4.1 estimate, prior being 4.1. So definitely seeing an unemployment jump a little bit here. Average earnings month over month coming for July at 0.2 versus a 0.3 estimate, 0.3 being also the prior number there. Participation rate at 62.7 versus a 62.6%. So private non-farm payrolls came in at 97,000 versus 148,000. Definitely lower on that. So we'll see what happens now. We are tumbling here, getting hit off of this number, of course, after weak jobs data here. And of course, gold rising off of this. So if you're looking for a quick trade, gold might be that type of trade to catch this morning. Let's get over to today's playbook. Let's take a look into the sunrise. We got a lot to take a look at. Just wanted to mention, of course, the economic data that's affecting that downside move that you're seeing right now. Of course, that came out at 8:30. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's get into today's playbook and see what I got in store for you today. All right, first up, we're going to take a look at SARK, and shout out to my man, Matthew Tuttle. I got to give him a call. I'm actually going to probably send him a clip of this, because the truth is I'm looking at this to start taking off, and it already is taking off. It's a little hard to take a trade now because you're already getting this stock to jump about like $1.35. I should have already taken it in the pre-market. I felt SARK would get a nice lift today as growth stocks are starting to turn around, and the light in the sun for Kathy looks like it's starting to turn back into a cave here, guys. So take a look at ARKK. You're going to see that down big right now, and I think that this is just the start of this down move. It was looking like it wanted to break out through the 50. Now we're rejecting it. Matthew Tuttle, what's going on? Sark, man. The SARKs are out, and now we can start to take a look for pullback opportunities on this. We'll see, because to tell you the truth, I wanted 34. Now you're at 35.60s and rising here. So SARK getting a nice little lift. We'll see how this affects different stocks in Kathy Wood. I got another one on the radar here that we'll talk about just in a little bit that is included in ARKK. But let's get to the second action here. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in retail. XRT, I'm looking for some downside action to come in. And there she goes with this report. Now we're starting to really see that downside come in already in the XRT. And this is all based on the daily chart. Remember, I was trying to play this to the upside back to here, and it did get up there towards the resistance to 79, but rejected it, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 times to try to break out above towards the 80s. Now we're heading right back towards support. I've talked about it. I put it out on the playbook this morning. Before the action happened, 75s and 74s as being support. Now could start seeing that breakdown. We'll see what happens in other names too. Urban, I can see just completely letting go. This stock has been up 40 something percent for the year, right? And now it's starting to really break. What is this really off of? The break of ANF, right? So there goes Abercrombie and Fitch. This could just keep leaking, and it's been leaking pretty good already, right? So this is not one that I'm going after because the leak's already there. But like, let's say like a Macy's that just recently was looking at buyouts and then they got, turned around. Well, this could come crashing right back towards 14s, 13s, and even 12s. I think this is a good look to see a breakdown through the 16 today. We'll see what happens there in Macy's, already down to 1635s and not looking good here. So short side of things on the day today. And let's go to the third stock here. This is one that you probably not going to take a look at too often, but that's TQQQ. TQQG, right? And it's already dropping here, guys. This is a little bit frustrating for me because a lot of these trades look like I'm cherry picking because they look so good. But I promise, guys, I was looking at these in the morning. Let's take a look at the action here. Look at TXG here, already cutting towards the 19. And if I take a look at the daily, I saw so much resistance there at that 21, just rejecting it. When that resistance can't get broken, a lot of times we'll make a move towards support. So I see support going back here towards this gap, this like 1760s to $17 price point, and then could eventually collapse through that towards the 16. So I don't see this coming back. And of course, this is part of the ARKK. So I was looking at ARKK at what potentially trades could we trade to the short side today. And there will be another one that I'll mention in the Sunrise Report. Roku, baby. We'll talk a little bit about it. Let's get over to the Sunrise Report, guys. Like always, smash the like. We got a lot to take a look at out there. That's going to do it for, of course, the playbook this morning. Like always, guys, smash the like. We'll see what happens if we can go ahead and find some other trades here, but not looking too bad. And I'm telling you guys, these are some interesting positions, and it looks like the economic data is actually supporting these plays today. We'll see what happens. Retail to the downside. Kathy, go back in the cave because it's time to go back into hiding. It looks like the growth trade is done, guys. So if you are looking at growth names, it might be time to start taking profits. I think their light in the sun, especially for this year, is done. The easy money has been made. Now it's time to start seeing the tough money being made, because where are we playing? We're playing the chop now. So be careful out there, traders. Let's go over to the Sunrise Report of things and see what we can come up with today. There's a lot of earnings reports. Of course, we'll go through this. Then we'll get to the stock trading action. We'll take a look at the competition. Who's taking the gold today? I'll tell you one thing. It ain't going to be me. But hey, it doesn't matter. We'll still have a great time. We'll still be looking to take some trades. I'm already in a really big trade right now, guys. I'm in XCUR. So if you guys know that ticker, let me know. I have a crazy position on right now. We'll talk a little bit about that. But what do you got to do? Stick around for after the Sunrise Report when we get to our trading action. Let's kick it off into today's Sunrise Report. All right, team, we'll get it started. I'm going to actually skip forward from today's first report. Of course, this is focused more on the jobs economic data. And it was very important, right? Because we were going to take a look to see what would happen here. An unemployment rate, it actually did get a little bit of a jump. Hourly wages was going to be a focus also. So take a look at all this. The report, of course, are focused because of an approaching recession. A lot of people talking about the Sam's rule, right? And we'll talk a little bit about that during the trading action today. But let's kick it off with today's first report as we go towards Amazon, right? Let's keep talking to see what we can find here. So Amazon's report was a little bit of a mixed noise, and I think that we need to pay attention to the comments that were mentioned. So let's kick it off here. Let's see what happened as Amazon reported EPS of $1.26, beating the $1.03 estimate, but sales of $147.97 billion missed the $148.557 billion estimate. And this was with a Prime Day, right? They had Prime, right? They tried to do 2 Prime days this year to give them the lift, and they weren't able to meet the expectations. Q3, Amazon expects net sales to be between $154 billion to $158.5 billion, below the $158.24 billion estimate. So even on that high end, it just barely covers that estimate. This is where the concern is coming in for Amazon this morning. And like I mentioned, right, they had a Prime Day. They expected to do great on that. And then there was comments in the earnings report, in the earnings call, right? Amazon's finance chief, Brian Olofsky, mentioned that the world events like the Olympics and the election are impacting the consumer's behavior, making it a tough to forecast the third quarter. This disappointing guidance, coupled with the revenue miss for Q2, send Amazon shares sliding here. And we'll see, because this is also with the report that just came in with the jobs report. It isn't looking good here for Amazon to turn things around on the day. And even for that, to mention that, the next one, the Apple of the market, right? Well, literally the Apple. Let's go take a look here at their report. And their report really wasn't that bad. I was covering it on Benzinga. If you guys didn't catch it, I told you guys that I'd jump on there. We had a good stream there. And I was looking to see what would happen in the iPhone numbers. That's the most important focus for Apple for me. Apple reported fiscal Q3 earnings that beat Wall Street's expectations. Apple posted EPS of $1.40 versus $1.35. Revenues of 85.78, beating the 84.53. iPhone's revenue came in at 39.3, ahead of the 38.81 billion estimate. Apple's CEO Tim Cook highlighted the company's AI initiatives, or should I say Apple Intelligence, right? It's different AI than the artificial intelligence, but saying that they've redeployed resources to focus on AI, boosting spending to prepare for Apple's intelligence service set to launch this fall. Apple also reported a strong growth in its iPad division. The sales were up nearly 24% year over year. However, sales in Greater China still struggling here. And that's where the struggle really comes from, right? So iPhones did good, but China still declining 6% to 14.72 billion from competitions from local rivals is really what's being a negative here in the report. That's going to do it for our Apple outlook. Like always, we can talk a little bit more. What do you guys think of Apple's report? Let me know in the comments. Did you think it was a good one, a bad one? And of course, missing in China, a big focus to take a look at. But that's not the disaster stock of the day. Really, the disaster stock of the day, we have to give it to Intel, man. And Intel is just, you can't get things right here, guys. So Intel had a rough quarter, of course, missing estimates here of adjusted EPS of just 2 cents. That's all they had to hit. Well, they missed the 10-cent estimate. Sales here at 12.83 billion versus a 12.94 billion. So a miss and a miss. They do see Q3 at a loss of 3 cents and revenues between 12.5 and 13.5. So that's something to take a look at. But the real focus came when Intel announced a $10 billion cost reduction plan, including what? Cuts, man, including more than 15% headcount reduction to increase efficiency and market competition. The company also suspended its dividend, which is a really negative. That just goes to show you, if they're that focused on cost cutting, that they're cutting the dividend, that it's not a sign of strength for me, right? I know that Intel is telling you that that's what they're hoping to do, and so this is a good thing, but really, it just goes to show me that Intel can't get things right. They can't catch up to NVIDIA. They can't catch up to other players in the space. And yes, they'll still be around, but they're not a company that's going to find that growth. At least it seems like that. Let's get over to a little bit more of the positive side. Let's go and talk a little bit about some oil. Yes, oil, baby. Where's wisdom out there? Hit the like button. Let's keep it going. You guys know where you're at. This is the Sunrise Report. Trade the pool. On the positive side, ExxonMobil reporting Q2 EPS here of $2.14, beating the $2.01 estimate. Sales of $93.06 billion, above the $90.98 billion estimate. Year-to-date profits were at $17.5 billion, a 9% decline from the same period in 2023 due to lower refining margins and natural gas prices. However, production did grow 15% to 4.4 billion barrels per day. And so that's giving them the nice little lift. They're meeting the production goals that they need to meet. And of course, you can't really control the gas prices there. It just is what it is. We'll continue to watch to see how this company can push. And will we see energy make a run? We still have yet to see that. And so keep your eyes to see what happens in the situation in the Middle East, as we did see a spike earlier in the week. We'll see what happens if that can continue to rise. Let's get to the sixth report here. Let's go to Snapchat. Snap down, more like it, as Snapchat reported Q2 24 adjusted EPS of 2 cents, in line with estimates. But sales here missing the 1.24 billion, missed the 1.25 billion estimate. Snap sees Q3 24 revenues between 1.35 billion and 1.37 billion, above the 1.25 billion estimate. Despite this, Snap shares took a nosedive of 23% on a narrow revenue miss and light earnings outlook. I think this is more about the company and there's problems ahead, guys. I've talked about it. I don't feel that Snapchat will be around, let's say, maybe even in 5 years. So to this call, you guys are going to see it. I think Snapchat eventually just disappears. So if you're an investor in Snapchat, hey, I feel bad for you, man, but I'm just calling it how I see it. I don't think they'll be able to turn things around. Advertising has been the only thing that has kept Snap where it is today. And this doesn't look good for other companies like Pinterest and other ones, right? Because we know they trade similar. We'll see what happens here. Last report to talk about is something that's right behind me. Well, at least the Roku TV, at least. Let's take a look at the action here as Roku posted Q2 earnings here of 24 cents, a loss of 24 cents, beating the estimate of a loss of 43 cents. So the sales here of 968.1 million, surpassing the 937.89 million estimate. Roku did announce its adoption of Unified ID 2.0 across its premium streaming inventory. This is going to, of course, kind of improve their targeting and data collaboration of advertisers. Of course, where did this come from? This came from the trade desk, right? So that's another thing to kind of take a look at. The trade desk could get a lift off of this mention from Roku, where most probably didn't pay attention to it in the earnings report. Now you could maybe see the trade desk trade higher off of this. Of course, it's a kind of red day, so we'll kind of take a look at that. But that's going to do it for today's Sunrise Report. What do you guys think of the Sunrise Report? I want to hear some more comments if you guys are enjoying me taking the time to go through this every single morning, right? I go ahead and I curate this to kind of give you guys a quick look into the market. Usually takes about less than 10 minutes to take a look at what stocks are moving and why. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to continue to bring more updates and market insights. So let's get to the trading action of today's action. Of course, we'll take a look into the competition and who's taking the gold. But it's time to go ahead and get started to our live trading side of things. You guys smash the like. We'll take a look at the SPY to see if we're going to continue getting some downside hit off that economic data. Let's get it started. You guys know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool. Let's see what we can come up with today. What up out there, traders? Let's go ahead. Let's get it started. Let's get to the show and see what we can find today. I'm taking some trades already in the pre-market here, so we'll talk a little bit about that action first, and then we'll take a look at what's going on. I have a monster position right now that we might need to take a little peek into. And of course, we'll see how it turns out. Let's take a look at the action here, and then we'll go towards, of course, the competition and who's taking the gold. Right now, I'm taking a trade on XCUR, and this is a penny name, guys. I'm looking to see if this can make a run there towards $1 today, and that's really where I could get that nice big win today. We'll see what happens, guys. I'm sized in just as much as I can take with this position at 77 cents, and we're right off of that. So we'll see what happens if this can really get the lift. If not, it could stop me out. We'll see what happens. I'm taking a big swing here. And of course, in the bear account, I was able to take a nice little gain this morning, about $2,500 on VC on the short side of things through the $7, and it's starting to come back to 670s. This is one that I definitely think is in play, but all right, that's enough on that action. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look into the Olympics and see who's taking the gold today. So smash the like if you guys are excited to finish off the competition. And who's out there? Who's taking the gold? Jazz, you out there? Let's take a look out there. Let's see what we can come up with today. All right, guys, you guys know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool, guys. Let's keep things going here. Let's take a look at the leader list and see what we got here. What's up out there, Bullseye? Taking a look? Yes. I have no idea, but can mention that in the interview. Yeah, come on down, man. Looking excited to kind of have you on the show. Green on VC. There you go. Take it, Bullseye. We're getting it also. It wasn't a bad trade at all. I actually made money on the short side of it. I'm sure it's some making money on the long side of it. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Right now, you guys see it, guys. The leaderboard, Miguel coming up to the top with 85,000 and killing it in the bear battle. Biggest trade on that PMEC, a $21,000 trade there. Then Damon coming in here. Now the United States trying to take the gold. Yes, you got to represent Morocco. Go back and take the gold from these United States guys. Don't let them take the gold and silver. You got to step up to the plate, but at least you're on the podium. Can't go wrong with being on the podium. All right, where there's still chance, guys. The market leaders, guys, there's only 17,000 leading that one. Then 11,000 right behind that. Look who's in third here. Where's my man? Day trade with Tony stepping up to the plate on the market leaders. I wish you the best, my friend, this morning. Focus in. You got this, Day trade with Tony. I see you all the time in the Discord. I see you in the chat. I wish you the best of luck today, man. Get that money. Get after it, my friend. You got this. Represent Ireland. Take that flag. Come running with it, man, because you're going to get that gold. You're really close, man. Stick around. I think you can do it. And I like how you went after NVDL. That's an interesting one. I don't know if that was allowed. I'm going to check on that, Day trade, Tony. You tried to hit me with SoFi. I'm going to check on that one, but I'll still give you the love. Can't blame you on that one. Good gain there, guys. We'll see what happens out there. NVIDIA essentially giving that gain, right? $5,000 on that gain. Not a bad trade at all. I was doing pretty good in this account yesterday, guys. And then, of course, EMPH kind of wrecking that, guys. So now I'm down to almost 3,000. As yesterday, I was up 3,000, but then ended up losing into that move. So we'll see what happens in the market leaders, seeing if I can take another swing and make some money today. Let's find out. And, of course, the bear battle, that's where the money's being made. Miguel, big and leading. Yaz in fourth place there with 38,000. I'm not going to be in this leaderboard, and it's a little bit frustrating. I've had a tough competition, but hey, that's life. Last competition, I did really good, and this competition, not so good. But hey, like always, what can we do? We can learn from it and keep getting after it. So you guys out there, smash the like. We'll take a look at some other action. Watching some soccer now. Hey, enjoy it, Yaz. Morocco versus the USA. Let's go. Let's go. We'll see what happens, but definitely, hey, take that gold. Get after it. Don't let these USA guys take it. You can do it, Yaz. I believe in you. I know you'll get after it. All right, guys, let's see what else is out there. We'll be taking a look at the trading action. But like always, guys, smash the like if you guys enjoy the Rule the Pool Olympics. And it just goes to show you guys, there's ways to make money out there, right? I mean, these traders are closing profitable trades, right? Really profitable trades, not small ones. And I think that this is important to note, is how can we repeat this in the evals in our regular accounts to really make that money? Yaz, I'm talking to you out there. I wish you the best of luck being a funded trader. All right, guys, let's take a look out there. Let's see what else is trading in the market today. We'll see if we're able to take a nice win today. I'm taking a shot on that XCUR. We'll see how it turns out, right? But hey, like always, guys, there's a lot to take a look at in the market right now. I am down a little bit on that, but let's go take a look to see what we can find. How's the SPY doing right now? The SPY is down, went down there towards kind of the 533s, just bounced, now getting a down hit. We'll look to see if Apple can come back. It's down to 215. The Qs overall, now down to 449, and not looking good there, guys. So, hey, guys, just be careful out there. We'll wait to find out to see what happens. Definitely going to be a tough market. And you got to find out, guys. Got to see what happens here. XCUR is definitely going to be my bet to the upside today, but there's other ones. VC, I'm sure some other traders are going to be looking at this. We'll look to see if this kind of cuts down here. It's been trying to get back through the 7, has made multiple attempts to get up there and has failed. We'll look to see if it starts to come right back down. VC doing well right now, but could turn around, right? AKAN is another one this morning that I was trying to take a long on. Was able to like just kind of mix out of this and it really wasn't going anywhere. But this is still setting up for a $2 run. So we'll see if this one can get moving today. And from my list, right, ARKK to the downside, or SARK is one that I could look at for the upside. We'll see how this kind of continues. Will we get a lift there in SARK? And I could go shorting ARKK. That's one of the good things, of course, of this account, and especially the bear account. I could go ahead and take that shot. You could see ARKK already dropping fast, man. It was about a $1 drop. And I put this out way before this 830 spot. So, hey, that's just how it goes sometimes, guys. It was a good outlook. Maybe should have just taken some trades in the pre-market, but you can't be mad about that. Let's go. Let's go. Who will catch up to me? See you all at the end. Miguel, you going to trade today? Or are you just going to take it easy? Par here. Time to scan something that is lagging in this red market. Yeah, a lot of lagging out there. AMD pretty strong. I was looking at that this morning. I almost took the long in AMD, and that was at 5:30 a.m. So that was at 5:30 a.m. We can take a look at where that was. That was over here where it was trading at like 131. It was like right here, 5:30 a.m. That's when I was like taking a look at it. I was like, man, maybe should I just take a long here and see if this can start to come back? Maybe Apple comes back and this comes roaring. It got back up there to 135, but it went all the way back to that 131 on that number. I don't trust AMD one bit here. We'll find out what happens there. All right, guys, still in this XCUR, and you guys can see the position. It's not small, man. I'm taking the shot here, the shot of all shots, to see if I can come back, which is 38,000 shares. That's 77 on XCUR. Really looking for this kind of to hold right here. Would like to see it hold this kind of pullback off of this resistance. You can see it's already kind of cutting down below that. We'll see if it kind of stops me out, but definitely on the pullback right now. 15-minute chart had a nice little breakout back above this. Came back, broke back above, got there towards the 85 once and twice. We'll look to see if we get back to that 85 on the third time and break towards the $1. Daily chart on this has a couple of resistance tries there towards the 90 cents. So looking for the move to 105, 130s, and maybe potentially 150 if it really gets rocking and rolling. That'd be 100% higher. So we'll see what happens there, as I would be making close to 38,000. I don't think I'll be able to hold it for that long, but we'll find out, guys. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? It's non-existent right now, and I think a lot of that is on the sideline with the SPY. The SPY just kind of just shaking things, and we could see some more downside. We'll find out there, guys. Probably AMD because of Intel. Yeah, Intel got destroyed, so we'll see what happens if Intel can come back today, but AMD could be bouncing off of that. What's good? Everyone, Friday is finally here. Yeah, man, get that green, man. We'll try one more time to get after it. It's not like I was doing too bad yesterday. I just took like a big swing in the bull run account. I was up towards like 11,000, 12,000. I took a swing. It didn't work out, but hey, that's all you can do when you're down that much and you're trying to come back into competition. But like always, build the cushion and use that cushion to take bigger swings is what has been working. We'll see if it continues working. XCUR already down to 72, so that's not looking that great. It was looking good when it started coming back to the 80 cents. I thought maybe we'd get the breakout above towards the 1. It ain't looking good right now, guys. So we'll wait and find out. But probably if this one opens up and just takes a couple of ticks down, it'll probably stop me out. I'm looking for the quick sweep back. But hey, we'll find out if we get that. Really, where I got some cushion that I can start using is on, of course, the bear battle. I'll be watching that one. WINT yesterday, that was shaking all around. We'll look to see if that moves again. That just didn't do anything after it did do a nice little breakout. We'll find out if some other names start to push. Definitely AMD is leading in the S&P 500 on up moves there, but don't expect to see too much on the upside right now. Tesla down to 210, man. Yesterday, I was looking to short this thing, and I'm so frustrated because what happened on Tesla? Well, the same thing that's happened to me multiple times, guys, where this doesn't get back there towards the level that I was looking to short off of, which was the 235s. It did come down there to the 226, bounced to 232 for a second. That was probably my opportunity to jump in, and this thing came down $16, guys. Oh man, it was a great time to short Tesla, and I felt like it was. I just didn't get the trade again, and that's where it's getting frustrating on me on Tesla. I'm missing it by a couple of dollars, and then not getting the big move down, which in this case, $16, and now down to 210. I mean, it's how it is, guys. So we'll see what happens on Tesla. And it's not like I've just only been calling it here. I have also been talking about it on Twitter that it'd go back to being red. And I also talked about it on the day that I felt it could do that nice up move. And it did do a nice up move. Now we'll look to see if it continues the downside action today. All right, looking around, guys, taking a look to see what happens out there. Serve was one that I was able to make really good money on the bear side yesterday and then lost money as this came back there towards the 17s. We'll look to see if Serve makes another run. This could still run, guys. On the daily chart, it's still going sideways right here and could still make a run there back towards 22. We'll find out what happens there in Serve. All right, AMD looks like the market. We'll see what happens. Bullseye, I click on X on the position tabs to close it, and it doesn't close it. Any idea? I have to manually enter and close my positions out. Yes, you can't do market orders you can't close a market order in the pre-market. So when you're hitting that close button and you're hitting that X on the position, you're sending out a market order. Market orders will not fill in the pre-market. So Par is right. You have to use a limit order, Bullseye. That's the only way you'd be able to get out on that. And that's the hard part of trading in the pre-market. You have to use limit orders both sides when you're getting into the trade and when you're getting out of the trade. So what I usually do is I hit the bid if I want out on the limit, right? I don't look for the offer a lot of the times, at least in the pre-market, because you're not going to get it too many times. Maybe if the stock is just blowing through your levels, yeah, that can happen. But a lot of the times I'm looking for the bid to hit. And that's why I'm looking for what? A tight spread in the pre-market. If you get a spread of 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents in the pre-market, that's not going to help us. That's going to make it harder because as the stock goes up, it looks like it's starting to break out. But really, the bid is near your entry. So where are you really making the money, right? And that's the hardest part of pre-market trading. So learn from that, guys. Let's be able to manage that, and looking for opportunities with a tighter spread can help you do so. All right, everybody tuning in right now, guys, do me a favor right now. Just take a second, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And if you're out there on Twitter, hit the retweet on this stream and let me know, guys, that you guys are in the competition and looking to win. And all week next week, guys, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a kind of my own little giveaway. I have a little bit of some bonus cash here that I can work with. So stick around, guys. I want to see you guys back next week. It's not just this week for the competition. There's always more for you guys right here on Trade the Pool, of course. Let's take a look around, guys. What are you guys taking a look at this morning? Of course, Intel getting that big hit down towards 21.95. This was just starting to come back. This just goes to show me that AMD, I know that a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, AMD can come back now because of this. No, this makes it look bad for AMD too. I think so. Just goes to show us that NVIDIA is the strength. But look at NVIDIA now, guys. It's down to 104. This could break the 100. And look where the split price was. The split price was up here towards the 120. Everybody that thought they had NVIDIA picked perfectly. And boy, oh boy, do I got to go looking at those tweets. I feel like going to look at them, guys. I feel like pulling some of those up because there's so many people that were like, oh, well, you didn't buy the dip in NVIDIA? Come on. That's what you want, right? NVIDIA is up 12%. I got the perfect dip buy. Well, there you guys have it. Right back down. I'm trying to look for even the Pelosi mention. This is hilarious, guys. I saw like a nice picture there. I'm trying to find it here. I'm scrolling through to try to get it for us. But hey, stick around, guys. There's a lot more for you guys to take a look at there. We'll see what happens there. I'm trying to find something there on that. But hey, a lot of people were mentioning it, how it was a great dip buy. It's right back down, guys. So just be careful out there, guys. That's just how it goes sometimes with NVIDIA. You think you got it, but you don't. right? That's how it is, man. All right, we'll see what happens out there. I know that some people were even calling Nancy Pelosi because she had bought some on there. So they were like, oh, yeah, Nancy bought? All right, yeah, I need to go buying here. Well, not turning out the best there for Nancy. She's definitely down on this position now. But, of course, she had an early position on this where she made a killing. So you can't really be mad at her. But definitely seeing that downside in NVIDIA today. And there's going to be probably well, they'll be looking to see if it cracks 100. NVIDIA down there towards 102 in the pre-market. Back towards 104 right now. We'll look to see if we get another sweep down. All right, what's up out there, Scotty? How we doing? I am in the competition. Thanks for the opportunity. Like always, man. That's what it's all about, man. Any discounts if I sign up for the mini? You need a discount for the mini? Come on, Bullseye. That's like what? That's not much at all, man. Come on. You can get after it, man. You can go ahead and get that account. The mini is going to be only $97. You need a discount on $97, man? Come on. Go work for that money. Get that money, Bullseye. Come back with some $97. I want to see you trading that. All right, guys. Let's keep going. What else is out there, guys? And, of course, don't forget, you guys got accounts that you can come after next week, right? Everybody that was in the competition maybe doesn't have an eValve account. Hey, get after it. I want to see you guys back on Monday. I'll be back on my day trading game. I'll be back in this swing trading game. We'll be keeping after it, and especially on Monday, right back into the eValves. All right, guys, we'll see what else is out there. Keep it going, guys. Let's see what we can come up with. NVIDIA is definitely going to be a talk of the day. We'll see. We'll see, guys. I always think it's funny, though, how everyone's reaction is a lot of the times out there. But, hey, we'll find out what's out there, guys. The Sunrise report this morning, not a bad report there. Going to hit the like. And if you guys see this out there on Twitter, do me the favor, guys. I'm going to post this up right now. If you guys have a Twitter, hit this link and hit the retweet. Show me that you guys appreciate that I spend some time and do the Sunrise report every single morning for you guys. Hit that like button. Let's keep it going. You guys know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool. It's the Olympics. Let's take a look here at XCUR to see if finally Mitch can take a big winner here, guys. I'm looking for it. Let's see it. Here's 80 cents. Now we're starting to rock and roll here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here a little bit. Not my screen, but my chart here from the platform, right? Now we're up there towards the 80 cents. Can we get this rocking and rolling towards the bell here? 81 cents now. I want to see this close to $1 by the time we get to the open. I'm up $1,200. Really wouldn't want to take like a nice, let's say like a $10,000 gain on this. So let's give it some chance here. Let's see if I can make a really nice trade here on XCUR. And then I'll also be watching the other trades at the bell here, right? VC is another one to kind of keep a watch on. It's holding the 640, 630 pullback. If I take a look here at the 5 minutes, I actually would want to go back towards the hourly because this one has an interesting hourly chart, right? It kind of came back, it did this breakout. It's kind of holding in right now. You could get pullbacks here towards 611s, right? This was the resistance right around here. You've recently pulled back there towards 618s. We'll look to see if this comes right back up here. But you've had a couple of attempts to go back to that 680s. That's where it's struggling. We'll see if it goes back to that 680s and starts to go through the 720s. Resistance and sellers definitely in the 730s, the 720s. In that space, I saw a lot of selling, so keep that in mind. All right, time to catch up with you guys in the chat. Let me know what you guys is looking at today. What's your top trade? Hey, and you guys out on Twitter that are all tuning in, you know you can come right over, guys. Just come over to the YouTube side of things and join the show. All right, guys, let's keep going. We'll see what we can come up with today. Man, gotta get some more traders out here on the YouTube side of things. You guys, smash that like for me. Give some love. All right, guys, we'll take a look at what else is out there, and we'll be watching to see what happens next month. It's definitely an important month to see. It's kind of the red month. I will tell you guys that. August does bring weakness, and we're seeing weakness in the market. So there you guys have it. We could start seeing some more downside action here. I hear people pass around credits like candy. Hey, take what you can get, Bullseye. Take what you can get. No credits for signing up for a new account. Of course you can't get credits for signing up for a new account. What does that make sense, Bullseye? Come on, man. And if you were in the competition, I got some credits from that. You got to get up on the leaderboard, baby. Come on. Shorting VC. Let's go, Scotty. What do you like? You like that one for a short? We'll find out, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some of the biggest trades in the market right now, at least in the competition. I'm pulling up right now. Pulling up my access here. I got a different platform that I can pull that up on. Just give me a second here. And then we'll take a look to see what's going on, guys. Where's the top trade on right now? And boy, oh boy, BBLG killing it out there, guys. We'll see what happens. That thing's down there to 230s. Big trade on there. And then Penny Power here. BBLG. A lot of shorts out there, guys. Just getting short on this one. Not bad. Down to the 230s. These guys are killing it on that short. Meta short. That's a crazy one there. We'll see what happens on that one. Big trade there in Meta. We'll find out, guys. All right, guys. NVIDIA doing well. So a lot of trades here doing well. We'll find out what's going on in the market. So a lot of traders trading on some bigger names and kind of holding in there. We'll find out, guys. Of course, the projected balance. Who's up there battling? I think this is here, Yas, but I don't see any position on that one. VC, I see a position on someone that's in the 59,000 spot. Not a bad move at all. And yeah, you make 27,000. That's going to help you. Not a bad move there. We'll see what happens. BBLG, big short on from 296. Now trading at 230s. We'll look to see if they're able to take some profit towards the market open. All right, we'll see what happens in the competition. Get after it, traders. Go get that money. Make it, baby. Make it. All right, XCUR up there towards 84s. Still hasn't really broken out. The breakout's towards the 90s. That's really what I'm looking for here. We'll see if it can continue to make that push. Not looking too bad. Let's see if I can make that money today. Let's go. Needed to get towards at least 87 cents, but really looking for the breakout at the open here towards the $1. We'll find out if we're able to get it. All right, guys. If it does come back through my entry, I could just kind of cut down a little bit and then try to resize in towards the bell just in case I get a down dip towards that bell. But that's just thinking out here. All right, we'll see what else is out there. I'm watching Meta. Not a bad one there. Shorting Akon. Okay. I can see you're on the shorts out there, Scotty. You get it, Scotty. Let me know how it goes. XCUR trying to push here through the 85. Let's go. Let's get this rocking and rolling, man. Let's see if this can really start climbing today. We'll see what happens there. And of course, out the gates, I will be looking for some pop backs to maybe get short on some names out there. VC right now at 640, still struggling there. We'll look to see if that comes back down towards the $6 spot. And of course, we can take a look to see what's on the downside of things. Today is actually one of those days to look at that. So Huge is down big, of course. Open is down big. So that's an interesting one to see down big. We can take a look at some other ones. SoFi down big. We were looking at this just earlier this week. This is still down big. We'll see what happens on Roku. Can that turn around? It was doing well, and now it's pretty down, right? So you can see off the earnings, it was up there to 61s. It's back down to 55. Is this going to go lower or higher? Something definitely to take a look at. ARKK is another one to take a look at, right? We'll see if that one gets a bounce there. Would love to see a bounce to 43. Another one that could see some more continued downside is one that had a decent report that I'm looking to see if turns around today. Carvana. Carvana still starting to decline here. Yesterday it was up there to 153. Could start to break down back to the downside. This could be a blow off top here around the 146, and you're right back down towards the 135 today. So we'll see what happens here. It's trading at the 141. Could go to that 135 today. I could see that. Maybe 143s or 144s on a pop to get short. We'll find out what happens there. All right, guys, almost to the bell here. What time is it? It's 9:18. Time to take a little bit of coffee and get ready as we keep it going, guys. You know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool, guys. What's up out there? What we looking at? Let's see what the Twitter streets are looking at this morning. Looking around to see what's going on in Twitter. What are they taking a look at? All right, guys. Not seeing much out there this morning. A lot of people talking about XOM, of course, ExxonMobil. We'll see how energy performs today. That's definitely going to be on the radar. That's going to be XLE to take a look at that. And you can see how you've been trying to come back. And I'll take a look at the weekly, because this is just kind of playing inside the week. And look at XOM, of course, with a good report today. Let's see if this can keep going. It did go up there, but with the economic data actually undercut it. Now starting to come back. We'll look to see if Exxon really gets going today. All right, team. It's not a bad day indeed. Got to keep it looking to see what else is out there. Looking around, guys. Swap show 50% chance that one of the Fed cuts is a half point. That's interesting. My man Nicholas Brown telling me about that. Let's take a look at the CME Fed Watch tool. Of course, the CME Fed Watch tool is a very interesting outlook, guys. You guys should always be taking a look at this, especially you traders that like to focus on the overall market. Well, take a look at this action here, right? This is the CME Fed Watch tool. You guys can just look it up literally just like that into Google and find it. So now we're talking all about September, right? This is a September 18th. That's what we'll be paying attention to, but that's ways away. We're in August, right? So it's going to take some time to get there. But where do they have it, right? Well, they have a 61% chance, 61.5% chance that we'll get a kind of a push there back in the probability, right? So probability for it to come down towards this 500, right? The current right now, and then you start seeing it start to get a 50-point drop, right? So the 50-point drop is what we're starting to see. Before it was 78% chance of a drop of 25. Now we're starting to see even the chance of 0.5 drop. I actually think this is more in a zero because I don't think they're going to cut, man. I really don't think they'll cut. Even though they're stating it, they don't need to cut. I really don't see the reason why Jerome Powell would cut here, but that's just the way that I look at it, guys. We'll see what happens in that situation. You guys can keep watch the CME Fed Watch tool to keep watch on that. Waiting for a 50-point cut. I don't think we'll get it, but hey, we'll find out, guys. The reason why I don't think we'll get it is that if they keep that rate cut for after Trump is elected, then that makes more sense to me. But if you're saying 50 points cut now, is that telling me that Harris is going to win? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be hard. I'll tell you one thing. In November, boy, oh boy, the politics talk is going to be out there, guys. And we're really starting to kick it off. Now, if you think there was politics talks before, get ready, because this is going to be throughout. DJT. What's up with Trump Media, man? This thing's down to $26. This thing was up there to $45. What the hell, man? I don't see anybody mad at Trump about this, but hey, that's just how it is, guys. Trump Media down to $26, breaking through lows too. This could keep coming down, man. This does not look good here as it's starting to break down, but it's cheap relative to what it was a couple of weeks ago. We'll find out. All right, guys, let's keep going. We'll see what else is out there. And definitely, you got to be careful with rules. Both ways, right? You always got to know your rules when you're dealing with anything, right? Understanding the platform is the number one thing, guys. All right, looking around out there, trying to see what's making a move. I'm not seeing too much. Let's go to my scan. I'll go to my scanners here and see what I'm seeing. All right, guys, let's take a look here at what I'm taking a look at here. This is another one that's making a nice little move here. It's an oil play up in the pre-market. Archon. Just looking at what I have out there and what's making a move right now. PCT, another one that's on the radar today. And keep your eyes on this, guys. This one loves to kind of give a quick spike. PCT. We'll look to see if that gets going back through the eights. ASCB, not much there. Looking around to see which of these names stand out to me. And a lot of times what I'll take a look at is just how it's trading in the pre-market, right? Does it just stand out to me? That's going to help. That could be the way that we can find some trades out there. And of course, utilities taking off, guys. Who talked about utilities? Your boy Money Mitch, of course, was talking about this, taking a look into what? Next era energy, right? Look at NEE now, guys. This is up there towards 79, almost 80. It isn't the sexiest names, but boy, oh boy, is this making money right now. It's up about like 6-7% since we talked about it, and not a bad one at all. And what did I talk about yesterday? Look for some other ones to play catch up, right? Like what? Like Southern Company, right? Look at the move that it had yesterday. Nice big move there, guys. 4.66% on a utility name. And why did this happen? Because more rate cut mentions. The rate cuts talk utilities. They literally move utilities. Like if the Fed says they're going to cut, well, utilities go up. If the Fed says they're going to raise rates, well, utilities go down, because a lot of the times these are your debt cows, right? They just have a lot of debt, and that affects the financing, the way the outlook looks for the companies. And this is really giving that push. This is why I also think that the financials will come tumbling down. And yesterday, they were pretty weak there on financial services. Did you guys see that? That's another thing that I think is important to note there. And we can start taking a look to see if these will start to continue to collapse. I talked about would Morgan Stanley get back to 100. Well, there it goes, guys. Before the earnings, it was up there to 107. It's back down to 100. Goldman Sachs, or Goldman Sucks, back down below 500. This looks like a nice short opportunity for me. KRE, the regional banks. Everyone was slamming the trade that the KRE was doing great and that the regional banks were doing awesome. Well, that's exactly when they start to flip it, guys. So I was trading this on this day where we did get a little bit of a cut down in the 730s. It popped back to the 59s, gave another resistance, and now you're really starting to cut down through the supports. So keep your eyes on some of these names like PNC starting to collapse there. You can take a look at so many of the regional bank action. And you can also take a look at some different ones, right? Let's see. Which one would I like to bring out? Maybe the Ozark. The Bank of Ozark, guys. I'll tell you one thing. I think at some point, this company runs into issues, and a lot of that on what? Real estate, right? We've talked about it. Office space. These regional banks have a lot of exposure in 2025. I've talked about it since what? Last year. 2025 is coming fast, guys. And if the consumer's slowing down and we start to see more and more collapse, these are the banks that are going to be at fault, right? It's going to be the regional banks. The big banks, I don't think they run into trouble. Now, Ozark, that's a whole nother ball game. Wells Fargo is the one that could run into troubles, as it does have some exposure. And look at the action that you're seeing in Wells Fargo now. I was talking about this one as potential short yesterday. This thing came down fast, man. It went down 5%, and it's already down another 3%. So keep looking for these to collapse. Citi's another one. I could see this one collapsing, man. So it's already big week there, guys. And what is this? Interest rate sensitive plays. You got to know how these kind of play out. We'll see what happens there, guys. Keep your eyes to see if financials keep going lower. What's another area that can get the up move? We haven't seen it just yet, but that's industrials. Industrials could push higher with what's going on in the interest rate environment. So look to see if Deere can take lead. Right now, it's been pulling back. I want to look to see if it has a strong day. Caterpillar, another one, right? Has been pulling back. At some point, I'm looking to see if these get a big lift. We'll see what happens on that. The 1 minute rule. Yeah, you want to go ahead and wait that 1 minute. I talk about it all the time. I'm waiting a minute or I'm waiting the 10 cents. You got to know your rules out there, guys. All right, we'll see what else is out there, right? How's that XUCR? Not doing too great, but not doing too bad on this one. Was looking for the big breakout. It's actually kind of holding in there right now. Let's take a look at the action as we get right towards the bell, guys. I'm up $1,600. Do I take the money and run, or do I look for the open? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Don't worry. I won't take your financial advice. It's just more for opinion. Let me know, guys. Should I keep swinging XCUR? Should I take this big swing? What do you guys think? Throw a 1 if you guys are bullish on XCUR. Throw a 2 if you're bearish on it and gonna go short me. We'll We'll see what happens out there, guys. Keep getting after it, team. It's going to be a great day. You guys know where you're at. 9:30 is about to hit, guys. Let's get it going. We got about, 40 seconds here. In just a second, we'll get after it, team. Let's see what we can come up with today. You know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool, baby. Let's get ready, guys. All right, guys, towards the bell here, I think we might get a little bit of a shake in that XCUR. I'm just going to stay in it here. I'm going to give it the shot. We'll see what happens. After that, I'll be turning over to different trades. VC, I'll be keeping an eye on that. BJDX is another one that's at the 64 cents. Could start making a move towards $1. Keep your eyes on that Acon for a $2 move. There's some penny names that definitely will be moving. We'll keep watch on some of the other ones. Short on TXG is another one that I could be looking at. I just need this to pop back here towards like 1975, maybe even $20. That would be a really nice move. We'll see what happens here. There's the bell, guys. Let's get after it. You know what time it is. It's time, baby. Get after it, guys. All right, guys. Let's see what we can come up with today. Going to be looking for it. Let's go to first XCUR, of course. XCUR pulling back here towards the 80s. We'll look to see if it takes the leap towards the 90s and $1. I'm looking for a nice run here. Let's see if we can get it, baby. All right, now I could hit that X and close out. Just to kind of mention it for Bullseye there. If you hit that X and you close out, yeah, you will. Don't forget that it does have a little bit of a warning screen when you hit that close on the positions. But let's see what happens here, guys. 85 cents now starting to get a little lift here. Can we get to the 87 cents? I'll be up $3,000 there. Could take the money and run right there at 87. That's the 10 cent, the 1 minute rule too, right? But I'm looking for the push into the 90s towards $1. Let's see if we can get it here. A breakdown back below, let's say that's 77 where we're at on the low for the 5 minute. I could also just get out. I'm right there on 77. So I got to be able to get out if it does come back down below my entry. I'll look to get back in, right? So I'm letting it try to break out right now. Back through my entry, I get out. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. So it's either going to go running towards 1 right now and I stay in it, or it comes back and stops me out on the 1 minute low. I like that. I like that outlook now. Now, you got to be careful with spread opening on that, right? Because I could hit 80 and then like 76 on the bid. That's where you got to be careful. When the bid's down like that, that's an easy way to get stopped out. That's why I don't have a stop right now. If I put a stop at 77 right now, I'd probably get hunted. So there's the 88s, looking like we're about to break through the pre-market high. This is important to look to see for big size buying here. Look at that 6,000 shares, 5,000 shares, and they're getting hit on what? Profit takes. This is profit taking right now. Now we need to see if it reloads. Reload right now is at 83. That's where the sizing is. Now we're getting towards the 90s. Now we're starting to move here towards that $1. I'll be closer towards 10,000 up. So we'll see if I can get that pop above $1 and I'll be able to take at least some profit off, guys. I do want to take some profit off and then leave the remainder to see if this just does a huge run. But let's see what happens out there. Let's see what I can come up with. First take is going to be about 15,000 shares. I'll take the 15,000 shares at the $1 spot or right above the $1 spot, and then look to see if this can keep running. Let's see what we can get here, guys. All right, guys, setting up that first sale at 99 cents. So I'm looking to see if I can get this pop back through the $1. If it gets through that $1, I'll look for like just to take at least some profit, right? Give myself the cushion on the day to play with. All right, guys, 93 cents now on XCUR. Not looking too bad. 94 cents here. I might have to take the 95 cents just to pay myself and just to see if it can get up there. But I'm trying here, guys. I see 5,100 shares at 94s, and that's where there's a little bit of a wall. Let's see if we can blow through it right here. Here's that 5,100 available to it. There's 91s flowing through there versus 94s. So I want to see 94 show up on the time and sales. You can see it on the bottom right here. If that doesn't happen, you could get a little bit of a pullback to the VWAP. Got to keep that in mind, guys. Got to be able to take some money here. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, it's just chomping around off this 90s, not really finding too much. And now there's bid support at that 90. Let's see if it takes it here. This is that spot right now, guys. As we try back there towards the 94s, I want to see if we take it out. If we don't, we can probably come back into the 80 spot. So there's the pull back into the 80s. 85s now on the bid. There's 13,000 shares there at 85. Let's see if it grabs that 85 and starts to push higher. If not, the VWAP test could come back, and that gets tough. It's back to 81. There's some resize there at 85. So there's the buy, right? There's that size going right back in. Let's see if that 85 now holds. There's some size there at 86. Boom, blew through that 85 bid there. Now you're back towards 85 on the offer here. And there's a big size at 90 on the offer here. So getting that pullback here, and it might have been the opportunity to take that money and run at 94 cents. Could have taken the money and run, was looking for a little bit bigger win here. So now I got to look to see if it does the VWAP bounce, right? The VWAP bounce trade is where it holds right now, this pullback, let's say to 83, and then starts to come back towards the $1. A cut down through the 80 cents there, and we got to be careful because it's an easy way to go ahead and collapse the trade. So here's that reload opportunity. I know that a lot of traders are going to be looking at this. Let's see if they catch it here and it starts to come right back. If not, the cut down could happen here, and see you later will be me. We'll see. We'll find out, guys. I'm taking the shot here on this one. I will go take a look around to see if I can maybe find the short trade. VC, what a takedown there, guys. Back down towards the 580s. Not looking too bad. TBIO is one that's moving on the upside here. TBIO pulling back there to the 560s. Could take the move back towards 675s pre-market. Doesn't look bad as this one just broke 6. Just pulled back now towards the 570 spot here. Let's see what happens on this one. I don't mind taking a shot on this one. This actually looks pretty decent. All right, so that's TBIO. All right, guys, going to maybe take a shot on this TBIO right now. Ooh, I don't even have access to this right now. I don't have access. I think I might have. Yeah, I'm on the max drawdown on this one, on the penny power. I can't take this one right now. I still got to deal with that XCLR trade. So I'm focusing on that XCLR trade. If not, I'd be trying to take this TBIO. Doesn't look too bad there. We'll see what happens. Looking for some shorts available out there. What can I come after? Seeing Serve kind of bouncing all around. Maybe Serve gets the up move today. That's one that I definitely still keep on the radar. All right, now XCUR back towards 75 cents. So I got to pay attention to that. But TBIO looks interesting there. We'll see if it takes that next step up. So this is the spot right here where I'll give it the chance on XCUR back through the 75s, and I'll just go ahead and I'll cut it. I'll take the loss. We'll see what happens on that one. Was up near 5,000 on this. So looking for the trade to go back up there, back through the $1 spot. All right, going to get a kind of maybe a wick attempt here, and then going to look to see if it kind of recovers. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles. Going to look on this 5th candle to see if I get a green bar back. So that's the 5-minute pullback, and then holding. Next candle goes green, and it can come right back up there. If it starts to cut down below that, that's where you start to get cut out, and you go to the 72s and 70 spot. We'll find out right here if we're able to get the bounce or not here on this XCUR. WINT is another one that I could look at today to see if it starts to come right back down. This thing was up there to 10, could come right back down to 8, 7 today, could break out to 12. I mean, if there's one that I can maybe come after on kind of the short side to make some money, WINT also stands out to me. TXG. Take a look at that one. That was on the radar this morning. It's continuing down now towards 850s, 1850s. And so the playbook on this one was taking it in the pre-market. If I would have traded this one in the pre-market here, let's say even at like 745, it was at 1950s, it'd already be down $1. All right, looking around, guys, to see what else is making a move here. Akon, that thing went down to 169. Not the $2 run that I expected there. That definitely didn't hold on. Looking around, trying to take some trade here on the bear side of things. What's going on in the chat, guys? What are you guys taking a look at here? Dell. All right, let's go. All right, let's keep going. What do you guys got out there? Green on a short on VC. There you go. Take that money, man. All right, XCUR pulling back there, 74 cents now. Here's that downside to cut through, back through the 70 spot. I'll give it the chance. If it does cut through that 70s, gonna get cut out. All right, set my stop there towards the 67. I don't think it'll get to it, but if it does get through that 70s, it'll get to the 67. It'll just stop me out here. So we'll find out if XCUR starts to come back there. Maybe should have just taken the 5K that was available to me. But hey, I needed to get back in this trade. Needed to make like 10K on this one trade to even just get back. So we'll see what happens out there. VC down to 522. So people that shorted VC, I'm sure you're killing it there. Not a bad trade at all. Drama or DRMA, one that is going up there, guys. This thing kind of did a nice little breakout there. Now pulling back towards the $3 spot. So we'll see what happens on that one. How's AMD doing? It is pushing there. Got to 137. Man, the morning buy wouldn't have been a bad one there. How's Tesla pushing back? Yep, pushing back there. NVIDIA back to 107. Looks good there for maybe potentially a short. How's Apple doing? Apple ripping back, guys. 223s and pushing strong. Trying to shake some people out there. Seems like at least. Roku. Right back down. What was another one? Roku actually had a pretty good report. We'll see if it can kind of get the lift here. It's been just kind of pulling back, getting the push, pulling back, getting the push. All right, taking a look to see what else is trading in the S&P 500 so I can go after that. All right, let's see what's up. What's up, big? MPWR. This thing was moving all around. Regeneron up there towards 1,000. GoDaddy getting a big lift today. GoDaddy. Looking around, Clorox to the downside. When looking to see if Colgate-Palmolive would take a downside hit. That's still strong, man. Mondelez. We talked about candy earlier this week on the playbook. There's not many times I talk about Mondelez, and look at that going. That's getting strong there, guys. So I drew this up on the 31st. There you guys have it. What? Put it out there, what? On Wednesday? Not bad, man. Wednesday was right here. Pulled back one day. Now really strong here. Mondelez, MDLZ. Hershey's is the next one that could get the lift also off of this. So we'll look to see if this can continue to push. Not bad looking chart there as it starts to hold the 195 pullbacks, 192. Could take 200 today and start to push higher. 200 right above it there. We'll see what happens there in Hershey's. If I take a look at the sectors today, I see real estate leaning. I see utilities right behind that. Communication services, defensives getting a little bit of a lift there. What's down big? Basic materials, industrials down big. So look to see if this reverses on the day. How's Deere doing there? Deere pulling back there, still holding in though. I'll look to see if this trend reverses on the day, especially if we get continued upside and we start to shake the market, right? So keep your eyes on that. We'll find out what happens there. All right, WINT trying to make them move above the 10s. This thing has a crazy wide spread, though. Serve. Right back down, guys. Was up there to 16, now down to the 1540s. TBIO. Look at that. That thing collapsed. Looking around, guys, to see what else I could take a trade on. That Acon went back towards the 185. Now starting to fade again. All right, guys, taking a look to see what else I can find on the trading action. There's not much right now. I'm seeing Tesla pulling back to the VWAP there. All right, looking around, guys, trying to find some other trades out there that are doing well. Ooh, Lockheed Martin doing really well right now. Regeneron and Lockheed Martin just taking off there. Lockheed Martin got a couple of upgrades, so that's something to notice. And the defensive names are making a move. NOC, so defensive space doing pretty well right now. And a lot of times when we get defensive, sometimes we'll get dividend players to make a move. T-Mobile making a move today. So maybe look for AT&T to get the lift today. It's at 1982 right now. This is part of the S&P 500. So let's go ahead. Let's take a trade on this. Why is my market leader account locked up? I don't know why my market leader ones are locked up right now, but we'll see what happens out there, guys. All right, let's keep going, guys. I could take a look at the short side of things, but right now that doesn't look that good. AT&T looking good there, but not going to be able to get after it, guys. Just going to go ahead and focus on some other ones. Go look for some short action. All right, the TQQQ could be something that I could look at for the short. Things were coming back. Now we could start to see the takedown come back here. So let's go ahead. Let's see if I can get this at least. All right, guys, just shorted it a little bit there at the 68, and we're already dropping fast, looking for this to bounce there, but I don't think we'll get the bounce. Let's see if I get bounces. I'll definitely short into those bounces. Right now, I just took 1,000 shares short on the TQQQ. Of course, essentially going long the TQQQ or the SQQQ, but just trying to find a bounce here. If it can come back to 60s, I'll go ahead and I'll add 60, 20, something like that. I can take a bigger trade on this. So let's see what happens here. 60s, 60, 20, 60, 40s. All right, can add about another 2,000 shares here, but I'll only do it if I get back a little bit into the red there. Right now, I'm just watching it as it just starts to fall. So could make me another $1,000, maybe something like that. Makes me like $1,000. I'll probably just take the money and just use it as a cushion. We'll see what happens on XCUR. That's still chomping around, still hasn't stopped me out, but I don't feel too confident about that one. All right, catching up out there, guys. Great Scott is indeed out there. BBLG running. Okay. I have a feeling that you will see the SQQQ back to 17 like a few years ago. A pre-dump was eventful. Almost back to that $10. Yeah, it's something definitely to take a look at. Is the contest still on today? My platform is dead. What's up out there, Great Scott? Yes, the competition is still going on. There's down to 59.16. So definitely getting that washout, guys. You can see it. It's at 485 there. So if I would have got, some bigger size, maybe right out the start, could have been a nice like 3,000 gainer. But I'll take the $1,000 if it can get there. WINT starting to make the move, guys. That's up towards 1062 by 1014. We'll look to see what happens on that one. Serve is also spiking, just to give you guys an outlook. That just spiked there from 560s to 1610s. We'll look to see if we start to get some spikes out there. CUR, XCUR is probably going to stop me out here, guys. I could see it stopping me out. We'll see what happens there. Doesn't look good on that one. I'll tell you that much. DRMA. Drama. Up there to 310s, 311s. We'll look to see if this gets the downside action now. Does this pull back here? It's below VWAP. We'll see what happens on DRMA. TQQQ coming back here. Went back there to 59.90s, looking for the 60. And maybe like 60.20s for ads. All right, BBLG was mentioned in the chat. Let's take a look at that. That's up there towards the 240s. Starting to bounce back a little bit at least. Probably knocking out some shorts. Trying to be patient here. Wait for the TQQ to come back some. Snap. What's up with the Snapchat? Snap. Not doing too good there. Snappy snap. Might snap down. Man, Snap is just... Remember when this stock was up there towards like 17, 18s just a few months ago? Should have been shorting that thing. Thing's down to $9. I don't think Snap ever comes back here towards even 40. It's just not favored. All right, big rejection there on the TQQQ. Starting to see some more weakness there. So going to add to this, guys, and started to do a little bit of a takedown attempt. Try to make some money here. Let's see if it starts to come down. I can always still add one more time. I don't mind it if it starts to come back on me, but just added there. Looking for a little bit of a takedown back towards the low, which could be like, let's say, what, 1800? If it takes out the low right now, the 58.55 down there. Don't mind just taking that money and running. Take a look here. TQQQ coming down there pretty fast. Looking for it to break this 58.52. Also, financial services, XLF, starting to bounce there, giving you opportunities. I'd be taking a look at that. FAZ is one that I can take a look at. JPM, see if that comes right back down. Citi. Right down out the gates there, man. Wells Fargo, right down out the gates, continuing. Wells Fargo, Bank of America up. That could be maybe a fade off the 38.50s. Doesn't look too bad there. All right, there's that downside action move there for the TQQQs. Looking for it to go ahead and take down towards that 58.55 now. Let's go. Let's see if it goes and takes it out now. There it goes. A little bounce there at the 58.90s. Serve up to 1650 now, guys. So serve is moving. Serve up there to 1650s. We'll look to see if this keeps running towards the upside. 1650s on serve. I talked about that serve could make that move. If you look at the hourly support holding well off 16 and 15s. Could make a run there towards 1750s. And then really potentially 20 on serve. So there's money to be made there on serve. We'll find out, guys. If I can get into the green on XCUR and maybe take some gains, I can maybe come back to looking at serve. But right now, I'm just sticking down that XCUR. TQQQ still just fighting around. I'm looking for that takedown now. There's 59s, kind of rejecting there, looking for the 58.50s. All right, in a second here, I'm going to probably take another ad here if it cuts 59 again, and then take my shot. Let's go. Let's go. Cut 59. Let's do it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. There's 59, 59.08s. Sweeps back to the 59.30s almost. But didn't break that 59 right now. Coming back near my entry now. Still looking for this to reject the 9 and then come right back through that low. Nice rejection there. See if this candle can turn red and go through the 59. There he goes, flips back to red now. Coming back to the 59. Now let's see if it takes out the 59 here. There's some size there at the 59. Looking to see if it really gets through here, if it's not just a wick. You see right there is like kind of a wick there. All right, now seeing the weakness. Now threw it up there at 58.96 for a move back to fill me. And then if it fills me, it fills me. If not, it can keep just coming down here. There's the cut down there. Now towards the 58.80s. Canceling as it's already going in my favor. And then this just gives it the option to come back and get me. There we go. Cut down to the 58.70s. Looking for that one more cut down here. Towards like 58.50s. Come on. One more cut. There's the 60s showing up. All right, might be getting greedy. I'm just going to take it here. I'll take the 58.70s here. Oof. Just came back down, looking to undercut. Go back a red candle. Looking to see if it's going to undercut here. Just trying to recover that 59. There you go, 58.80s. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. One more down move here. Not getting it. It's starting to bounce back to that 59. There's the rejection down. Now I'm looking for that big bar down here towards the 58.50s. Let's go. Let's go. Here, let's go to the 1 minute so you guys can see that action a little bit more. So you can see how there's a support right underneath it here. 58.55. It's gone down 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for that fourth time where it goes down. All right, guys, it's bouncing back on me here. Still not giving me that nice profit there, so it's looking for that $2,000. Let's see if I can get it there. Rejection of that 59 spot here, very important. There's a rejection of that 59 spot. Now let's see if it goes right back above that 59. If it does, I might have to just get out. Down move here towards the 50s is what I'm looking for. Let's see it. All right, guys, what's up out there? Scotty Made 1,200 on the TQQQ. There you go, Scotty. Did not know we could trade indexes. Of course you can, Scotty. BLDX trying to get back above the 73-cent resistance. There you go, trading day. Get after it, guys. I see you guys coming into there. Are you long or short it, Wisdom? All right, back above the 59. Rejected that, rejected that, rejected that. Can it come down now? Come on down to Papa. Papa wants to take some money. There's 58.80s. It's trying to make one more down move, I feel like. WINT now towards 1090s, guys. Sir, pulling back to the 16. We'll see what happens on that one if it can catch a little bit of some bid support. XCUR back to 74. I'll have to check out to see if I got stopped on any down action there, but it's just starting to at least turn around a little bit there. Here's 58.80s. Let's go. Come on. Get it out there. Get it out there. Come on. Come and get me. Come and get me, guys. So you guys can see it here, guys. I have the order out there. You guys see it up about 1,300. Let's see if it makes this move through that 58.70s. Just double tapped it. Looking to see if I could get this down move here. And you guys see me moving it around, right? I can put the kind of the take profit down here to see if I can get it to start to break there. Back to the 59, and I'm going to have to just step up and take what I can get. But looking for that next downside action move. Can we get it here? Let's find out, guys. Big support right underneath it here. We got to take that out. See if we're going to head back through the 59 here, reject and come through that 58.60. Come on, come on, come on down to Papa. I'll take you. I'll take it. All right, Apple's still hanging in there, still staying strong, and that's one sign that could make the market come back. So Apple still hasn't given up, guys. So there's back through the 59. A lot of resistance in this 59.19. So I'm going to leave this down, and I'm going to go ahead and start moving that stop loss a little bit higher to protect myself and making sure I stay in the green. So I'll put 59.30s here. If it hits me, it hits me, guys. It could come back into this spot and then reject. That's fine. I would rather get out and reassess, get back in it at a nice level, out first, and then looking to get back in it if I do get tapped here. So it went right to me. So it's trying to fill me. I'm going to pull it up a little bit because I don't mind giving up a little bit of some sense. I just pulled it back so that it could reject that fill. And now we're right back towards 59. So at least that's looking good now. Now I could pull it to that level because it shouldn't break that. But I'm just going to leave it where it is and look to see if we get this downside action to come in now. All right, guys. So with that being said, as I start to move back through the 59, I could short another 1,000 shares and go for a little bit more of that win. Let's see if we crack 59 again here. If I see the crack of 59, I'm going to get it. There's 58.90s there, 58.98s. Slows down a little bit. Now I'm looking for the cut down. Boom. Just went after it a little bit more, just hammered onto it. Let's see if we can get this cut down. Now back through the 58.60s, back through the 59s. I got to protect myself right at that top spot, right at the spot where we just came from. I'll stop out. Now I got to look to see if we get that takedown through the 59. So you got the bounce at that 59. That's not what I want to see. And the big part of this is, I'm telling you guys, Apple's just staying strong right now. Has 1, 2, 3 attempts to come through this 225. We might get one more attempt and then start to see Apple pull back. So I'm looking to see if I could get that, take some profits, and then go looking to short Apple, as Apple's still staying strong, but could instantly go weak if we get a rejection here. There's 59.90s. Let's go. Let's go. Take another attempt down there towards that 58.70s. Show you guys that Apple trade right now, guys. Let me just show you guys it on the side here. So you guys see Apple, you see how it's rejecting this kind of 225, 225, 225. I think we're going to have like kind of a blow off top here at that 225. We got to take a look to see if you get that. You see the 5 minute, a lot of topping in this kind of 225 range. We'll see what happens here. There's a down action move now back into the 70s. Let's see if we can get this cut down into the 60s, into the 50s. I'll take the 2000 and run here. Let's see if I can get it. It doesn't want to break that 70s. It's being pesky here, guys. There's the 70s, 65s. I'll take it there. Boom, baby. Give me the 1,955, and let's go looking to see if we can get short Apple. I know Apple's strong right now, but I can see this turning around, and I want to get after it, guys. All right, 224s is at rejection, so got to look for maybe the 224s and above here. So instead of shorting right here 223s, I'm going to look for one more push and then be short up there. That's too big. 500 is too big. I'm going to see what's the max share size I can get. All right, about 800 shares here of Apple I can do. So the pullback is towards like 216. That's what, $6 down. So just got to keep that in mind, right? So it's about $6,000 I can make on this. Serve is staying strong there, guys. We'll see what happens right now, but not a bad little trade there overall on that TQQQ. Now it's down there towards 58.19. So maybe just took the profits a little too quickly there, but seeing the dump. Definitely seeing the dump. So now I can just go shorting elsewhere, looking at some other names that were maybe strong to start getting weak. Roku's weak right now. I can take a look to see if those defensive names stay strong, like Lockheed Martin staying strong. We'll see what happens there. But definitely seeing the downside action in the market right now. It's time to go hitting some stocks out there, guys. Apple already taking a hit back towards 222s. So not a bad move there. Just took 12,000 on the SQQQ off of the TQQ profits, flipping them. Well, there it goes. Got my $10, took profits in SQQQ. Got to take it quick, man. You got to be quick out there. All right, Scotty, we'll see what else we can come up with today. Not looking too bad on that Apple. It's dropping fast, but it's not giving me the opportunity. And I hate chasing, guys. I'll tell you that right now. So I won't chase this right now. I'll just let it kind of work here. Let's take a look. I could look at some other trades. Microsoft, could go looking into Intel to see some continued disaster there. And that's not looking good at all, man. Intel, I feel bad for you. Doesn't look good at all. AMD could crack down and get right back down, right? This has been hanging in, climbing back on the kind of the pre-market, could climb right back down to that 131. Support trying to hold the 135 right now. If it cracks that 135, you could start letting go pretty fast here. All right, guys, let's go looking at the bull run one and seeing what's going on here. And XCUR just not doing anything, man. I don't think this will bounce back. I think this might just cut down and get me out, but we'll see what happens there, guys, on XCUR. Back through my entry, I'll probably size down and just take it off. Look for another trade, right? Because this just isn't it right now. All right, guys, we'll see what happens in some other trading action. Still got the shorts to work with, so I'll keep working with that. I can take a look at some other action to see how I can trade. Could go looking at maybe shorting some fast movers on day one movers type of trade like that. WINT keeps going higher. This could be one that I could short, but the spread on this is too wide. Serve. Now starting to come back through that 1610. Is it going to make the breakout or is it going to crack right back down today? Something to think about. Snap down. We'll see if this can continue down here. Now it starts to leak. VC down to 440s, man. Hope somebody was able to hold on that VC short. You probably made a hell of a money on that one. I'm sure a lot of traders probably took the money and ran fast, but boy, oh boy, was that a good one. And this was one that I was shorting in the pre-market. Should have maybe kept that one, but you guys see it here. I shorted it up here. Man, holding on to that thing today towards the open would have been the move, man. I took off there, what was it, 4,000? Yeah, 4,000 shares at 645. It went down to 443. So What a crazy move there. Apple now just collapsing, guys. So it wasn't a bad outlook. I could see that topping off that 224, and boom, did the market come in there. All right, could take a look at FAZ or FA. Of course, this is the bear one, so I'd look at FAS, and I could go shorting the bull levered move there. That's not a bad way to take a look at kind of coming after this. Look at the change in this, man. What a gap down there. Wells Fargo, probably still dropping fast there. Maybe Bank of America on the short. It's already down big, man. Bank of America's been falling fast and could keep falling here. All right, looking around to see other ones out there. This DRMA, looking to see if this is going to start dropping a little bit more. My internet's struggling a little bit there, guys. You guys can see that. So if you guys see me bounce out, don't go anywhere. I'll get right back in it. Up 1,000 on Apple. Get after it, Scotty. Like always, man, you know, one of the things is here, like always, I'm just taking the trades and what I can see, right? I can't tell you what to trade. The only thing I can do is tell you guys what I see in the market. And really what I'm here for is for you guys to learn, right? That's what I do, guys. It really is my way of paying it forward for you out there that is trying to get to success in your trading career. So that's what I try to do right here, guys. I try to teach you guys from my process, my understanding of the markets, and I hope you guys can see things like that and are able to get after those types of trades. So Scotty, I can see you're bouncing back. Keep getting after it. Bullseye, where you at, man? Wisdom, where are we going to get that money? And Yaz, what are you trading out there? Miguel in the lead. You taking a trade today or are you just hanging out and watching? We'll find out. All right, guys, we'll see what else is out there. Drama, DRMA, taking a lift off there to 360s. We'll look to see if this starts coming back down. This actually doesn't look too bad to maybe take a shot on the short side that it doesn't get to 4. But, man, that is a hard one there, guys. Well, there you guys have it. There goes the bull run account. There goes that bull run account. I had that feeling on that XCUR. It would come and hunt me. It came and hunted me for sure. Down to that 68 cents. Down with that one. Now, only shorting can do out there, guys. So we'll look to get short on some names out there. Let's see what we can do here on this DRMA. Want to go shorting on this, but where do I short? Well, take a look at the daily chart and see where the resistance is. $4 is the next step up here. I could see that happening, right? That's going to be this area here. And then from there, it could run to 5. So the potential outlook for the bulls they're looking for a max gain probably up there towards the 5 on this DRMA. We got up there to the 60s. Let's see if we can get through towards the 4, and then I'll look to get short at 4 and look to see if it comes right back down, right? And so the key here is being slow and letting the stock work, and then start to show that slowdown. We'll see what happens here. UVXY. The VIX moving strong, guys. Market's moving down, guys. SPY is down now to 530s. They're washing some traders out there. NVIDIA that was making its way back up. Chapow right back down. There you have it. AMD that was making its way back up. This looks like it's going to get right back towards that 131. This is actually one that I could scalp, man. This isn't a bad one at all. I could scalp this thing. Let's see if it comes back towards 134, and then I'll scalp it off of that 134. AMD loves to do this, man. It just came up in the morning, now just shutting down those traders. It's a snap down. All right, what else is out there? BJDX. No, a lot of traders were looking to see if this get up there, and it just rejected that 70s like no tomorrow. So this is dropping fast out there now, guys. A lot of these trades just not holding on. Serve starting to drop towards the 1580s. Will it be able to hold here? Will it take out the 15s and just keep coming down? This thing looks pretty weak there. And what about Zap? What about Zap? On a day like today, it has to start to break down, right? Let me see here. Yeah, it's breaking there. Zappy zap. The fun part is I could go short some big shares on this thing. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. The key is the spread, though. Be careful out there with this one because the spread can get you. I have some in the green here, so I'm looking to go ahead and get short on this thing. But you got to be careful for the move back towards like 970s. Understanding that you could still make a move back here towards this area. I would love to see like 960s, but it already kind of faded off of that. This support breakthrough, I'd like to see it come right back and then fade off of it. So 960s on the high end, I wouldn't mind to see it here. So 960s, I'll put out 5,000 shares there. All right, we'll see if it comes back and hits me on that. I'm still looking around to see what happens on DRMA. That's at 362. Still hasn't made the 4 run. But right now, looking to see if I can get some lift there and get short on this zap. Zappy zap. Want to zap this thing back down. VZ. On days like today, Wisdom, that makes sense because if it looks bullish, the reason why dividend plays, a lot of times it's a safety move, right? So the market's looking horrible, you go looking for a dividend play. That happens. All right, I learned more in the past 40 minutes from Mitch than I did from Tim Sykes in a year. Well, Scotty, I can tell you right now, man, forget the trading action right now. That's what it's all about, man. And trust me, I've looked into Tim Sykes. I've looked into Cameron Ross, Tim Grutani. I've interviewed Stephen Ducks, one of the best traders out there on the short side, right? I got to reach out to Ducks. I got to bring him on here. I think Ducks would kill a competition like this. I need to reach out to Stephen. But hey, I've learned from all of them, Scotty. I've been in their show. I've been in their chats. I've been in understanding their systems. And the key here is that I want you guys to learn, right? That's the only reason I'm doing this, is to pay it forward for you out there. So keep getting after it, guys. Hit that subscribe down below. We're going to do this every day, and we'll be back into the evals accounts, and I'll be back to trading the real way that I trade, right? Not like this right now, going 38,000 shares long. That's just never going to happen, guys. You'll never see me do that. Even if I make, like, let's say $1 million, I don't think I'm just going to start swinging like that, because the truth is there's a reason why the big fish make money. And the big fish make money. Why? Because of course, they have the advantages out there. They have usually deeper pockets that they can reach into, and moments like this, right? Where there's a big downturn in the markets, a lot of us are getting stopped out, while those big money managers, they start to average down, where a lot of traders just can't do, right? So we'll see what happens out there, guys. Definitely not getting a bounce here on this zap just yet. It's at 940s, so I can maybe take the 940s. I have 960s. I'll wait for it to bounce, man. It's just not doing much there. But I could see this thing crashing down. Zap, let's say on the swing trade account, this to me looks like a perfect swing trade, right? So on my other accounts, I'd be trying to tackle this down all day, guys. This looks nice for a short, for this to come down eventually back towards $6. And even maybe potentially back to $4, $2, $1 on this. I really like Zap on the short here. We'll see what happens on Monday. I have a feeling I'll be looking back at this and being like, should have came after it in the real account. Should have just said, forget the competition. Go back to the real accounts and go make that money. Zap is one I'll definitely be keeping an eye on. All right, let's go back to that drama, see if there's any of them we can kind of trade out there. AMD is now down towards that 133. So AMD did give me that chance there. I just wasn't watching it, right? That 134 push back. I was looking for it. It came right here. 134, 133.98. I'm sorry. Missed it by 2 pennies. But we'll look to see if this just comes right back down now towards the 131. Not too bad on that downside action move. Apple hanging out at the 221. Can we get one more run back towards these highs? I'll go back to shorting on the TQQQ or Apple if we can do that. So TQQQ, I'll take a look at that now. Man, my internet is not fast today, guys. It's definitely slow. 57.50s right now. So it went down to 57. Maybe gave it up a little bit too early, right? I can't be mad about that. Gave up about $1. So, hey, that would have been another, what, $3,000? Hey, it is what it is, guys. I'll tell you what, I'm at least back to almost in the green here on this account. I got to take a big swing here, see what I can come up with. Maybe it's a smaller name. Maybe it's a penny stock. Those are the type of names that I need to be looking at here. DRMA looking like it wants to make that $4 push. Let's see if it can do that. It keeps fighting here in the 370s. I'm going to look for that nice little push to 4. And then I can look to see if maybe I can get short on this thing. At least this thing could be a big short, right? So the things like that I can take a look into. All right, looking around at some other ones to see what I can come up with. How's Sark doing? Of course, this was on the radar today. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, they're up there to 36.44s. So got to give a shout out to my man, Matthew Tuttle. I'm going to have to include him on that tweet. And I have to give him a good little tweet mention there. All right, guys, let's keep getting after it. What are you guys taking a look at out there? Could take a look at in the competition. Let's see what's doing well in the competition right now, guys. I'm going to look at the open P&L to see what is doing well out there. Looks like NUZE short. That's one that's definitely doing well there. We'll take a look at that action. That down right out the gates there. NUZE, big short there. I like it, man. And MKDW, another short out there. Big money to be made there, guys. Look at that, guys. That's an awesome one for sure. So definitely I'm seeing a lot of that penny power coming back today. BBLG, long at 290, short at 296, 33,000 shares. What a trade there, guys. Not a bad move in the after hours. Getting short on that. It was down there to 202 though this morning, so maybe should have taken that gain. We'll see. Like a lot of times I see these trades and there's some big sizing, and like let's say if you're up 15,000, there's no reason why you can't take off some of this, right? Maybe half of it, paying yourself 7,000 and looking for it to continue. Not a bad way to do it, but you can see a lot of people are just taking big swings. SOXS. Let's take a look at this trade. This is just opened up recently, right? 32.50s, a nice breakout through 34. So I would look for a move back towards 32, a shakeout of this guy, and then looking for the next long off of that. But SOXS, not a bad one there. Good trade. Whoever this is out there, not a bad one. All right, guys, we'll see what else is out there, guys. That's in the bull run, and there's some traders out there making some money today, guys. Let me know. Looks like the top is hanging out. The top is on the sidelines. They're saying, I got it. I got the gold. I got the silver. I ain't worried about things. We'll see it. We'll see it, guys. We'll see if they're able to make another trade. There's some traders on the tail, but not too much out there. The bear battle. This trader right here trying to get up there. 50,000. No trade on right now, but we'll see what happens there. All right, guys, which day of the week are you live trading on YouTube? Every single day, Monday through Friday, starts at 8:30. So join here. We take a look at the playbook, the sunrise report. That gives you a look into the market of what's moving, maybe some strategic outlook that I'm looking at. And then like always, you're kind of building off of this, right? So building watch lists with us in the morning from 8:30 to 9. Then we switch over to the live trading action and we stay from 9 to 11. So where else are you guys getting this? Building the watch list and going towards the market. A lot of places will build watch lists, but then leave. And then a lot of places will do live trading, but then leave. I'm trying to give you guys all in one stream right here. And how? Because I got the experience, right? I have the experience being back on Benzinga's live trading stream and a very popular morning show, right? Pre-market prep. That's where I use my experience to kind of give you guys that outlook in the morning and see what I see in the market. Intel on the recovery. Intel, man, that thing got wiped out. All right, SOXS starting to do that pullback. So we'll look to see if it gets to 32 and gives me an opportunity. That's an opportunity that I could look at. But what would I want to do, right? I wouldn't want to go long on SOXS because that's not going to help me there, right? I can't do that because I got to go short. So I can look at the other one, SOXL. You can go short on SOXL, right? or something like that, right? So let's see this climb back to 31.40s or maybe back to 31 and then get short on Soxel. That's the way I could see it. That's the way I could go after that. We'll see what happens, guys. Back to that DRMA to see what's going on that one. Looks like it rejected that move to go above towards the $4. Did we even get an attempt run towards that? Ooh, an attempted run failed at the 380s. Didn't get up there towards the 4, and now starting to fade on this one. So this one could just start to fade off. You can see it's trying to catch this kind of trend line on the pullback. We'll look to see if it holds that trend line there. But there's that trend line hold. A lot of times I look to see if this resistance is going to hold. So this area right here should hold as support now. We'll look to see if that holds or does it break down. Serve just hanging out there. We'll look to see what happens on that one. VC getting a little bit of a bounce there. Just looking around at these guys. UVXY or UVIX. The UVIX is one that could be a fun one to trade on the short side. Because the key here is I could go big and use like a very tight spread. So that 67 for the breakout there, that was the move there. And oh man, it's dropping fast here. I got to look to see if I can get 950s on the pullback. I try to put it out there. All right, let's see if it can come back and fill me, man. That was just so quick. I missed the opportunity there. I was trying to like decipher like the sizing that I wanted to do there. Now I'm looking for it to come back and fill me. It might not, though. It might just run towards the $9 first. So I'm expecting this to come and collapse a little bit because I expect to see a little bit of an up move in the market coming back towards resistance. Like I expect the Apple maybe coming back towards 224 and 225. So that's the outlook here. Let's see if this can start to come back and then I can get it. I'm going to put it a little bit higher, looking for it to come back to that 950s, 955s, and then I'll hammer down on this back towards 9. I'm not trying to make it a huge trade, about 50 cents, 60-cent trade, risk about 10 cents and look for this to come back down. First, I'm going to take the levels off just to let it try to come back to that 950s, 960s, and then go hammering down. But I did have that opportunity when I just got to it. It was at 950 on the bid. That would have been that hammer down. I would have already been up about 20 cents, which would have been a nice little kind of gain there. But let's see what happens here, guys. UVX, UVIX, the 2 times long VIX future. It's already kind of fading there. I hate when I can't get the kind of the name. Serve hanging in there, guys. That could start to make a move to the upside. We'll look to see if that can get pushing there. All right, what else is making a move here? TQQQ coming right back. Yep, coming right back. Apple coming back too also. So Apple coming back there, 222. 15-minute could come back towards the 224s, 224.50s. You're getting some shake today, that's for sure. That UVIX, man, down towards 920s now. So almost getting there towards the 9 already. The trade's already been done. AKAN starting to come back. Will this one make a run to $2? CERS pulling back there. BJDX. BC, man, that one was a disaster. DRMA now down to the 330s, rejecting that move for the breakout towards the 4. Looking around, guys, to see if there's any other names that are making a move there. A lot of these VIX plays showing up, and that just tells me how much of a red day we're in right now. Not looking good out there right now. That WINT keeps going up higher, man, but that's all on algorithmic volume. That's manipulation there on that WINT, man. I could see this thing crashing though later. But it could still make the run to 12, and that's the crazy part. This thing was just up there towards the 1140s. But look at the spread, 45 cents, man. Who's going to trade that? I mean, if you do trade that, it's just it's almost impossible. Intel continuing down there. Not looking good. How'd that Mobileye do? Because I know that was looking ugly yesterday. It's back up there towards the 15. The 17. But kind of faded off yesterday. That 17 rejection is actually a good level to look for. This could come back to 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just did that blow off top. Just did that blow off top. So I'd be looking for moves back to 17 to kind of reject that 17 now. Not a bad looking trade there. Would be probably about a buck on the upside. It's not the craziest trade, but could be a nice little profit, right, to make today. Just rejected, kind of going to the 1690s there. Nice rejection there. Let's see, what's the size that I could get on this? Can I get even 10,000 shares? I don't think I can. Might be able to. Yeah, it could. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can get the pop towards 1695s. I don't think I'll get that, so I might just have to jump on it. So we'll just jump on it. Probably let's do 3,000 shares at a time. Trying to get short on this thing. There's 1695s. Let's see if it can hit 17 or maybe even 1705 and then just hammer down. It is coming back on the day. Apple might make that attempt run too. So just keeping that in mind. All right, 92s by 97s. All right, I'll take a starter there. Short on Mobileye. 3,000 shares. Looking to add another kind of 7,000. Looking to make about a buck on this eventually. Apple making it back there towards the 223s. I feel like you're going to still get that attempt towards the 225s on Apple. Apple is trying to recover there. It could reject 223s there, but it feels to me like it's trying to trap some bears. You can see how Apple's climbing back here. In the 5-minute here. Man. So you see how it's climbing back there. Could reject this 223s and come right back down, which is a prior support. But I have a feeling we're going to make it to the resistance, which is up there towards 224.48. You could even make a breakout above 225s and then turn around. That's where it gets really difficult. All right, going back to Mobileye here, trying to add to this. Let's see if I'm able to get it. All right, starting to drop there now. Now down towards the 1680s almost. All right, gonna drop there. Now look for moves back to get short some more. All right, I can add another 5,000 shares here. So going to go ahead and try to add that in here. I'm starting to see a nice drop there into the 60s. So let's see if I can come back anywhere near my entry and add there. So I can put these back towards my entries. It's continuing to drop, so it looks good there. Up about $1,000. So I could still make about 6,000 on this. So just got to look to see if I can add here towards the 1695s and 17. That's going to be the next ads. So if it comes back on me, I don't mind adding up there and getting a triple top kind of look, a blow off top, and then it really comes down. So I'm giving myself the opportunity for just the 6,000 shares. But if at any point it does come back, I'll get that nice ad there for another kind of probably 5,000 shares there, get to 11,000 shares. So I can look at the 5-minute now to see where kind of trend line approaches are. So you're going to see trend line approach to bounce a lot of the times. So think like a bull first, and then also think like a bear, right? So in my case, if I was a bull, I'd be looking for pullbacks here towards like 1650s to hold, and then starts to make the move back to 17. So I could also just take the money and run right here, just take $1,000 and then just come back in it at 17 if it comes back. But I think this might just come like crashing down back to 16. Apple still hanging off of that 223. All right, guys, it's over 75 of you guys tuning in. A lot of you guys tuning in on Twitter, or X, should I say, and definitely take a look to see what happens out there, guys, and check us out every single day. We start this up at 8:30. So if you guys are tuning in on Twitter, definitely check us out, guys, while we're open next week. Monday, we'll be back in the eValves account and taking some swings. And you guys out there, if you guys, of course, did good, bad in the competition, you're looking to go ahead and see how you can do in the intraday action, of course, check out the packages that Trade the Pool has to offer. There's swing trading, there's day trading, and we're working on more. We might just have something up our sleeves. So stick around, guys. There's always more for you guys right here on Trade the Pool. All right, guys, it's 10:36. Going to wrap up here in just a few minutes, as it's just kind of getting a little bit dull here, but we'll find out, guys. Market is starting to turn back to the downside there. Apple did reject a little bit of that 223 move. So let's see if now you start to get that rejection and you get that complete takedown right back in Apple. So you see right there that rejection. You can go back above the trend line too. So don't keep that in mind. But 223 rejection there is an important one. Let's see if it starts coming back to the 220. Mobile eye, the eyes of the mobile. All right, guys, we'll see if this one starts to crack down back towards the 1650s. That's going to be a good sign that I already got the position. If not, it comes back here towards probably 17 and maybe makes a 17 break to the upside. So got to keep that in mind. We are getting that attempt now. You can see how it's already getting strong. Volume just came in at the 1680s. There's two ways to go about this here, guys. I can stop out at 1685s and get all back in at 17 and 1710s, which isn't a bad outlook, right? But you need to get out and then back in. That's the hard part there. We'll see what happens here. If it starts to get the lift, I'll get the ads and just take the swing, guys. At the end of the day, we'll see if we can make a nice swing in this. Looking around to see what else is making a move here off of this. VC, not doing well there. That drama's at 320s now, continuing to drop. Serve starting to drop off the 1580s. WINT still holding in off of that 11 kind of break. We'll see what happens on that one. All right, nice rejection there from the 1680s. So now looking to see if really the leak starts to happen here. Now it starts to drop, and I can look to see if I get that takedown attempt. And it's 10:38, so let's go for it, team. Let's see what we can do today, guys. I'm lowering these down a little bit to put some pressure, but let's see what happens here on Mobile Live. It can start to head towards the 1660s and takes out that 16. All right, guys, what's up out there, guys? UVIX extended again. Yeah, not a bad one to take a look at there, right? UVIX there, up there towards the 1028s and could start to come back down. But, man, this didn't break at all there. This is climbing, guys, climbing fast. It did go to 9 there I just didn't get it, guys. It was a nice little crack there. If I would have got 950s there, back to 9. Oh, that would have been a nice trade. Look at that, 1040s. So looking well, looking like we still could collapse here. Nice rejection again from that 82 here. Looking at Apple, man. Apple's leading the market, I feel like. Right now, Apple's going to make the call. Apple's going to make the call right now. I feel like it, man. So I'm watching Apple, watching Mobileye, but at the same time, Apple, if it just starts driving, it's going to shake this trade. There's a nice rejection again of that 82s, and Apple's still fighting that 223s. Now trying to make the move towards 223.50s. Let's see if it gets above that. Something definitely to keep your eyes open for. If it starts to fail and cuts down towards the 222.50s, oh, it's looking good here. Let's find out. Got to be patient on something like this. So I could either just run to the profits or be patient. Right now, it's all about being patient for me. There's that nice rejection. That's a pretty hard candle, and look how it comes back. So there's some buying on this too. As it's coming back through the 60s, there's definitely some share size going through there. Let's see what happens here as Apple tries to make an attempt to the upside. I don't want to jump out of my shoes here, so I'm still waiting to see if I get one more upside attempt here. Trust me, I want to jump on it and hammer down some more, but there's no point. 6,000 between 11,000 isn't going to make too much of a difference. It's going to be about 5,000 difference. And what we need to do is continue the profits, man. Continue the profits. I want to see Apple cut 223s, and then I'll feel a little bit more confident here. It's just chomping around that 223s. Still hasn't really cut down. You can always recover it. You can see there's some sizing getting filled here. Looking to see if Apple's going to take that down move. You see the support playing in on the 5-minute. You see how it's holding in on that, right? Next move down would be to 1640s. Apple's still holding in there, guys. So that's what's keeping me from just hammering down on this. If you look at Apple over here, you can see how it's trying to reject that 223s, but recovers it really quickly. So 223, 40s, 223s, starts to break, back down, back up. So I'm looking for like a big bar towards like 222s. That will show some strength that, yeah, you are starting to break there. So you can see how Apple's still trying to come right back up. They're going to try to shake and bake us today, man. I'll tell you that much. All right, guys, as this starts to come back, I don't expect it back towards the 1680s. So at this point, I'm going to put break even on the rest. And if I need to, I'll get back into the name. And the big part of this is that, hey, if Apple just rips here to 225s, I'll get out and I'll get back into this. I don't mind getting back in. I could even go short Apple. But the key there is Apple's driving the market. Focus on that. I'm focusing on that, and I'm not trying to get caught on it. We're trying to make another move back here. Let's see if it does make the move. See how it jumped? It closed here at 222.77, but then it opened to 223.50. That's something different, right? So Apple's jumping all over the place. Be careful out there, guys. Traders taking bets, that's for sure. All right, there's another move back down below 223s. And what does Apple do? It recovers it. So definitely I'm seeing some algorithmic buy off of that Apple. Going to look to see if they take it down or not. Just not a takedown right now. It looks like it's just going to ramp back, guys. So with that being said, I'm thinking about just taking the profits, but man, it's hard here. We'll find out, guys. Like always, guys, it's good to see you guys out there. RA, what's up out there, man? Do you know what happened to Scott, aka Liquid Vision? Well, I know that he went to go do his own thing. I know that he kind of left here to trade the pool live stream. I used to trade with him on a daily. What is he up to right now? I need to go ask Scott, right? So I'll go reaching out to see what happened there, R.A. Wilson. But overall, of course, we didn't kick Scott out. He chose to go ahead and kind of get towards the next journey, right? He's continuing on his journey. We're going to keep battling here, though. And definitely, if you know Scott on kind of a personal level, reach out to him. Go ahead and kind of maybe get an answer. I know I wish Scott the best. I miss that British guy, man. It's always good to have a little of that Brit here. Used to be like, great Scott. The Scots are out there. I'm excited, though, man. Let's see what happens today, guys. It's 10:45. Going to be watching some Olympics this weekend, and I hope you guys enjoyed our version of Olympics right here. So we'll be taking a look to see what happens out there. I see Apple trying to push there, trying to get back there towards the 225. I have that feeling we're going to get a little bit of a bounce here. There it is. Trying to get back up there. Probably going to get me out here. We'll find out here. If it does get me out, I'll just reset up, guys. And the key there, I'm just keeping myself in the battle today, right? That's all you can do sometimes. All right, guys, let's take a look around. We're going to start to wrap it up here. Like always, we'll continue battling. I hope you guys enjoyed the Olympics here, and we're going to keep taking a look to see who takes first place. Come back on Monday to talk a little bit about that, right? Maybe Jazz is on the podium. Looking forward to seeing that. And like always, waving that country flag also, because that's what the Olympics are really all about. So we'll be watching the Olympics this weekend also. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys appreciate Trade the Pool, doing these competitions, having some great time with you guys, getting some great prizes together. And like always, take a look at Trade the Pool as a great opportunity to be getting into packages that could be helping you take these big trades, right? That's what Trade the Pool is here for. It's to give you guys the capital needed to find those consistent big winners. So I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys have a great day, great weekend. Enjoy it. Stay safe out there. Remember that it's a competition. It's mainly for what? For learning and for fun, entertainment and education. If you're not getting those two things out of this, then you're doing it wrong, man. If you're just getting upset, I'll tell you right now, you're doing it wrong. It clearly, this guy right here could be upset right now, but I'm not going to be, because the truth is, this isn't what matters. What matters is learning from this and trying to make a step up in our trading. Like always, moving forward in our trading, not moving backwards. So I will see you guys on Monday. Maybe my man in the chat here, Miguel, takes the win. Definitely seeing that out there, but so no one's going up for the challenge to catch up. It doesn't seem like it right now, Miguel. It doesn't seem like it. We'll see if they start to come back, but definitely see you on Monday. Always pinkies on up, guys. Have a great time. Take care out there. Be safe. Mobileye going into my favor. Doesn't look too bad there, guys. Apple still hasn't kind of done that breakout attempt. So at this point, I could just add and then maybe hold break even on the rest. But I'm just looking to see if I can get to 16 with this position. Take another 6,000, be up 10,000. And then maybe towards the end of the day, I just take a wild swing on something. We'll find out, guys. Smash the like. It was always good to trade with you guys this week. We'll continue taking a look at earnings reports as it continues next week. Of course, jobs report shaking everything up today. And like always, there's going to be more shakeup next week. Find out right here on Trade the Pool. I hope you guys enjoyed the Olympics this week, and stick around. There's always more for you guys. And if you guys also want, we have a Discord. That doesn't stop trading, right? The Discord keeps going all day long. You guys can check that out. It's in the description below. I'll see you guys next time, and keep battling in the markets and stay safe out there. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you back on Monday.